Alright, thanks for waiting, guys. Game 2 has loaded successfully. And this is Game 2 of the semifinals between RD, the red team, and YPBoys in the blue. RD is up one game, as you can see, and they're one win away from clenching a top 3 spot in the winners finals. I'm Dark M on the mic, and I'm joined, of course, by Kevin Allen.
Hello there.
So I'm going to move these icons around. Kevin, you can take the commentary for a little bit.
Okay, well, there's not a lot to commentate about. We kind of went over this last game. People just doing their little line of scrimmage, making sure the entrances are safe, no one's trying to invade. Not a whole ton happening here. Pretty normal builds coming from both sides. Kog'Maw is actually going Crystalline Flask. Definitely looking to be a bit more defensive and just trying to live through the lane. It's going to be a bit difficult for him with an Ahri for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up level 1 boots after his first back as well, because he might need it to juke some of the charms early on. Could make a difference.
Yeah, that definitely could be a priority for his. Ahri is essentially just all skill shots, so if he can just avoid those skill shots for as long as possible, he will not die. Unfortunately, I have run into some technical issues. I've got to restart my computer. I'll be right back.
Alright, so while we wait for Kevin to restart his computer, the buffs will be taken by both junglers. And Nautilus getting a more lonely leash because the bot lane is not with him. The blue buff for RD has been warded nicely by YPBoys, so they will know when Nautilus is on that, and so they know which side he started. Definitely going to be pretty rough for them, I think, in the early going. As long as Kog'Maw can stay alive, though, they should be fine. If Kog'Maw goes down and Ahri gets rolling, things could turn out really ugly. Kog'Maw does take a lot of time to get ramped up, whereas Ahri will power spike much earlier in the game with her Deathfire Grass all in. DIT getting great value out of that ward as he does catch RD Waffles with no mana, and that is the price you pay for starting a red buff Nautilus, as you don't get the mana regen off the blue buff. The mid's rotating over to try to make something happen. Eve has actually stayed far too long now, and he is in all kinds of trouble. He's going to take 2 tower shots, but he is just too far away. Nautilus not going to waste any more time. And Eve is just going to recall for free, not even get executed here.
Alright.
Okay, and Kevin has restarted. Hopefully things are okay now.
Yeah, yeah, my computer likes to just completely turn off sometimes.
Okay.
So, fortunately, I've restarted and I'm reconnecting to the game. What has happened?
Well, we just saw Eve take a bunch of damage at the blue, stayed way too long. Was trying to get the jump on a low mana Nautilus, but the rest of his team rotated over and Eve had to abandon ship. So, no first blood yet. Everything's still pretty calm in the lanes, I think.
Alright, cool. I didn't miss anything cool.
Yep. So Nautilus will take his blue uncontested. Sure, that'll make him feel a lot better about his jungle path.
Yeah, Nautilus really needs that blue too. He's solely dependent on it.
Yeah, very surprised that he did not start it off as his first buff. That was very risky on his part.
Oh, did he start red?
Yes, he did.
That's odd, but alright.
Yeah, very, very unusual choice to start red, especially when he started blue, I believe, in the first game. Here comes DIT into the mid lane, flash forward, and ooh, barely.
That was close.
juking.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Hello,
Waffles
RD Waffles is like,
IT.
remember me?
Yeah, it's like, hey, buddy.
This is my jungle. You're the one in here, and DIT will have to get out of there. And,
Man, Evelyn is just getting beat up this match.
There you see the movement speed for Kog'Maw, where he was forced to flash away. Had he had boots at that point, he might have been able to just outwalk that. But because he was still very slow without the boots, he had to use flash to make sure.
Yeah, that was a pretty clutch flash, though. I mean, that was last second. He really thought he could have just walked through that, but yeah, he saw that he couldn't and just flashed away.
Yeah, good instincts by Kog to be sure that he will not surrender first blood so easily. And he did actually trade flashes with Ahri, so that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, though both mid laners now are very susceptible to ganks, especially Ahri pre-level 6.
Yeah, and Kog'Maw at least has the barrier for defensive.
Yeah, Ahri
purposes.
kind of went all out with her ignite, which she did not use, by the way, during that.
Yeah, I'm sure she was waiting for the charm first before
Yeah.
she committed to the ignite, which is smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
Okay, so Carbon Copy pushing up as expected. Kog'Maw not really good at shoving waves until he gets a couple levels into his skills. And Ahri, of course, pretty notorious for queuing waves down.
Yeah, talking about pushing up though, Juicin and Worldy Jimmy have both been pretty much just pushing this bottom lane up as much as they can.
Yeah, with the Eve on their side, I'm sure that they're a lot less concerned about the Nautilus right now because, again, Nautilus needs to get to 6 before he can really become a terror. I mean, obviously, pre-6 Nautilus is still scary if you're out of position, but...
Yeah, he can still, like,
nearly as
hook,
much.
and he has that slow, and his passive is really good, but, I mean, it's not... I don't think it's enough to confirm a kill.
He's got to make the long odyssey of walking into your face and getting it range first.
His movement speed is just so slow. Yeah, though his hook is a pretty good gap closer. If you do it to like a wall or something, he'll dash to that.
Yeah. It's definitely ways for him to go around.
Looks like there's a pretty big dive actually forming in here.
Oh, Soulstar walked away from the turret. Oh, and the hook. Hooks the creep by accident, and that is disastrous. Blue team needs to get out. Abandon ship. Abort. Worldy Jimmy gonna go down. Most likely, the flash over by Soulstar. He needs to hurry up and get this and get out.
Yeah.
And they get excited. Will save him temporarily.
Temporarily, yes.
But the nice play by Caitlyn.
Run on empty, so close.
Carbon Copy gonna go down to the tower. And
wow, that was pretty messy on both teams.
Yeah, and that's definitely more frustrating for YPBoys since they're the ones that instigated that whole dive in the first place.
Yeah, I think it really was the Braum shield that actually saved both Jinx and himself from that, because he just blocked so many projectiles.
Did he shield the hook? I didn't see. I thought he hooked the creep.
I don't know if he shielded the hook or not, but he definitely shielded a ton of damage that was going to go down onto both of them. And all the while, they're taking tower aggro, so, I mean, really, that's really where Braum comes into play, is that he can save the AD carry so well.
Yeah, and with the tower doing so much damage when you dive this early in the game, it definitely puts the enemy team on a clock, so they can't stick around under the turret forever, and that definitely puts pressure on them. So that's probably why a lot of the skill shots either got blocked or missed completely.
Yeah, that was actually pretty dangerous for YPBoys to actually dive onto a Braum that also has, Jinx is a heal, but to dive on a bot lane with Braum and a heal.
And exhaust as well.
And an exhaust, yeah, it's dangerous to do that, and you got to think about whether or not, 4 people is going to be enough.
So yeah, definitely turned sour for YPBoys, but they did get a little bit back. They got 2 kills.
They definitely got 2 kills, but they gave up 3, so it wasn't completely for nothing, I guess.
And while all that was going on, obviously Kog'Maw being a lot slower, he can't really roam around like Ahri can, so he got a lot of alone time in lane. He's up by a lot now. 47 to 34 and counting.
Yeah, he needs to be, because Ahri is going to bully him a lot in that lane.
Yeah, and he also got a free trip to level 6, so that's also big for him now that he has living artillery.
Yeah, it's going to allow him to actually fight back against an Ahri.
Yeah, it's going to allow him to interact a lot less with Ahri in lane and just spit on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, Dragon is up now and pinged out by the red team, but
it almost kind of looks
go yet.
Yeah, it's dangerous with the bot lane alive and healthy. Allows them to respond pretty easily.
Pretty awkward position for run on empty. He's been cut off by the blue team.
That's the worst, and now he has to take the long way around.
Yeah, he has to take the walk of shame around the tri-bush, and it's going to allow free turret damage by Justin.
Yeah, the walk of I wasn't positioned well enough.
Yeah.
But, Braum's a big dude. He has a big shield. I'm not surprised that he's a bit slower.
Okay, so after that fiasco in the bot lane, both teams are clearing out their jungles and just getting their farm back on again. I expect this game to go late, like last time.
Yeah. Especially if YPBoys decide not to ever give up and just keep on living.
Yeah, they definitely did not give up, even with that huge deficit.
They never surrendered. Uh-oh. Oh, Gorg.
George getting ulted back, but the bot lane is also under a lot of pressure from the red team. Worldy Jimmy is backing away. The Braum stun is about to proc, and there it goes.
There it is.
Well, they actually kind of stacked the CC. That's actually not optimal there. I think the Nautilus root overrode the stun.
Yeah.
Right there, so...
And that wasn't a great... Or that was... Oh, I'm sorry. That was a really good flay. Actually flayed both of them away.
Yeah.
And what happened to that top lane gank was that George, as Mundos do, simply walked away.
Even though he got blown back by the barrel again.
Yeah, you know, that ult will... even level 6 ult, it's super strong.
Alright.
And yeah, you know, Mundo goes where he pleases, especially when it's away from the enemies.
Yeah, and Mundo and Gragas continuing their stalemate of legends. Even though the health is a little low on George, that probably won't last much longer.
No, his ult's almost back up, so
Yeah.
he's gonna pop that the moment that it comes back up, and he'll probably almost up to full.
Should be noted though that Gragas did get the opportunity to buy, and George
Yeah, and he
has
got
not.
you got the or Catalyst of the Protector with that, so that's gonna
There's the
give
ulti.
him even more sustain in that lane.
Yeah, Mundo using ulti like a summoner spell, just regenning his life up. Gragas gonna take a powder and recall. He does have teleport, so he can get back really quick.
Yeah. Though if he does, actually, Mundo will... Oh, no, Mundo's going back too. He's probably going to teleport back as well. So both teams actually not even trying to position for Dragon. Kind of just looks like they're waiting for their junglers probably to make a play in their lane.
Yeah, right now, because I think there's only one sweeper on each team, both teams are a little afraid to go, but they're going to go for this gank. Justin is the target. There is the CC locked up. Zap also with the slow. That's very, very frustrating, and they can't even click the lantern. There's so many big bodies on it.
Yeah, and Waffles definitely wanted to make sure that he was going to die by just straight ulting him.
Yeah, even if he rolled the lantern out, he was probably dead anyway.
He was probably going to die, yeah.
And
I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not even trying to form around Dragon. I mean, they've taken down Justin. Normally, you'd expect to see a Dragon after this, but it looks like they're actually just going to go back.
Yep. Again, very unusual rotations after getting kills. They just prefer to reset.
Yeah, they're oddly safe in this match, I've been seeing. But, you know, it's working out for them.
Yeah, again, they know how close they are to closing it out, so they don't want to leave any regrets, I guess. They want to make sure they play everything safe as possible. Whew,
and it kind of looks like there's a gank coming up top lane. Mundo...
He has a Spirit Visage. I don't know if this is going to work.
Yeah, and he has ult, so I really don't think this AP damage is going to do anything to him. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of backing off at this point.
Yeah, there's 3 people there. We'll see if Nautilus runs into Eve. No, he will not. So her presence will go unnoticed. Well, she's pulling a U-turn, though, and coming back around. Without Ari's help, I don't think they have what it takes to kill him.
No, definitely not. Mundo is pretty good at just surviving anything, so I think he'll be fine. Though that tower is taking a lot of damage here in this top lane. It's at about half health. So maybe Evelyn could just come up and push the lane, but it looks like she's just going to go back into her own jungle.
Okay, so a little bit of time wasted for Eve, but she will get back to farming. 2 to 4 is the kills, about getting close to the 15-minute mark. Again, RD is up 1-0. Very close to pulling off what would probably be considered an upset against YPBoys. Who were favored going into this matchup, but RD Boys came to play.
Yeah, and they're definitely playing.
They came with a plan, and the plan was get to late game and then win a team fight and then take base. So we'll see if they go with the same strategy. Good reflexes by Run on Empty.
Run on Empty, man. He was right there.
He's on it.
Though to note, Caitlyn actually does have quite the CS lead at about 20 CS at this point. So that kind of makes up for her 1 extra death over Jinx.
Yep. Oh, Flash Initiate by Run on Empty, and the Chompers are in a good spot. Justin
Thresh
able
Express.
to evade, though. We'll see if Nautilus can get in position. There he is, yeah. Worldy's Jimmy
hook.
might get depth charge. No, the focus is Caitlyn. Here comes the counter initiate from DIT, and they're starting to turn this around. Soulstar is dropping dangerously low. The heal comes out, and YPBoys do end up turning it. as RD Waffles loses his shield. And oh my
what
goodness! The rubber band hook.
Oh my gosh.
The plays.
DIT just cleaned up in that lane. That was such a great counter game from him. And Roldy Jimmy, man, he landed that hook when they really needed to.
Also, props to Justin for playing that so well. Getting out with a sliver and still getting value on his ulti and a couple auto attacks afterwards.
Yeah, he stuck
Clean
in there.
play.
You know how much damage a Caitlyn can deal long range, and now they're actually just going to take this tower and back, so they're going to be at a pretty big advantage at this point.
Yeah, those are the kind of swings that can dictate the mid game, for sure. Again, I'm really surprised that they didn't stick around for the dragon. They took 3 people down.
Yeah, to be fair, they're all pretty low.
They were. Yeah.
But yeah, no one's even like attempting to contest this dragon. Kind of looks like Red Team though is seeming to they're forming around it at this point. They kind of
this is theirs. This
they
is
knew
theirs.
bot lane went back, so they pretty much have free reign over this dragon.
Yep. So RD able to get the dragon off the proverbial rebound.
Yeah.
After dying.
That's gonna help them out. It kind of actually put that gold pretty much same with team names with the blue team. Yes, RD-Boys.
Yeah,
so they've caught back up. Or YPBoys, excuse me.
Sorry, YPBoys are up by a little bit. Again, the dragon could have helped them out a lot, but again, playing it safe.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, and it makes for more interesting matches on our side, so really, I'm not complaining.
Okay, so taking a look at the items across the board, again, there's the Power Spike DFG we were talking about for Ahri. This is where she is very dangerous against a Cog that only has level 1 boots and a flash to escape, so she'll definitely be looking to go after him, I think, at this point, if she can. This is the time to go hard for him.
Definitely, yeah, and she really needs to... This is her Power Spike. She needs to make the most of it. So I think she should also be trying to at least roam around a bit as well, maybe visit other lanes. Yeah. Because she just deals so much damage. Run on empty, getting caught out a bit. I don't think too much damage is going to go to him. He just kind of escapes, jumps to his Caitlyn.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ahri picks up level 2 boots pretty soon either, because it's going to help her move around a lot more, and the magic pen is going to be really big for her as well. Greg is taking the top turret, though, and there's the jump onto by Carbon Copy. But because the charm missed, everything else was not free, so...
Yeah, you really got to you got to hit that charm. That is actually what makes most Ahri kills, is whether or not you land the charm.
Yeah, because the charm there would have guaranteed a flash out, which means that, okay, I come back later with my ult and then I kill you for sure, so... He would have liked to have gotten that, at least.
Though Kog'Maw actually leading in the CS game against Ahri, kind of unexpected, but he's good at last hitting, so hey.
Dan and Ahri has been walking around a lot, so it's kind of understandable.
Uh-oh, Gorg. They're probably not going to go in on that. He's going to take a bit of damage, though.
Yeah, actually, Caitlyn actually getting the worst end of that trade as he tanked the tower for 2 shots.
Yeah, and Gorg is just going to be able to heal all of that back up with his ult. He's at full health.
Oh, does RD want to fight? They're walking up pretty far. Nope. They're just looking for maybe a potential pick, but nothing there.
Yeah, they might want to be able to try to push into this tower. I mean, they did just get their tower taken out, so...
Yeah, they definitely want to answer back, because the mid turret is really, really big for where the enemy team can walk around in your jungle and leaves your map open up to more wards for the enemy team to place. So they definitely need to get that mid turret back.
And really, I mean, YPBoys, they have 3 turrets to 0. I mean, they've taken out all of the exterior turrets.
Yep.
And yeah, RD hasn't taken out any, so... I mean, they've got to catch that up. That's a huge vision loss for them.
The unstoppable force versus the immovable object as RD George gets knocked back into the wall. Here comes DIT. He does have red buff. And the Mundo ulti is popped, but there is no turret for him to run to. But not sure if they have the damage.
Yeah, actually, he's running back. I don't think
he's probably going to die, I think.
Yeah, he didn't think that he could have made it.
Ahri has Ignite. Yeah, this is definitely a kill. DIT should actually back out in case that happens, as I was about to say.
Oh my gosh.
There was no reason for him to stick around.
Yeah, he definitely should have backed out earlier. Yeah, with Ahri coming. That was pretty good by him. He did flash for that, though.
Yeah, but at least he was able to turn the 1v3 for something. So, and that's gonna allow his team to hopefully get this. The blue team is rotating over. I don't know if it's gonna be too late though. We'll see.
Yeah, the turret's taking a bunch of damage, and Jinx is very good at dealing damage to turrets. Uh-oh, Waffles. That was actually pretty bad for him.
Oh, RD Waffles getting caught up. He has to flash out. Luckily, there's no Gragas ulti, but Spirit Rush is a go, and RD Waffles will go down to the chase. TP coming in for Mundo.
That was so unfortunate for him. His hook missed, and then he hit a wall.
Oh, Glacial Fissure is on cooldown. Not a good rocket right there. A little bit too much HP to do execution damage. Blue team is bleeding, though, and Kog'Maw is starting to pick up kills. Oh, he did flash into that. Oh, wow. So he caught the Caitlyn flash with the living artillery. So, the swings. The swings,
man. Yeah, no, definitely. Kog'Maw is so good at picking off low HP champions. That was great for him. That was exactly what RD needed, actually.
Yeah, they needed that.
They really did. They won a team fight, took a tower. The gold difference is pretty minimal at this point. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and more importantly, it gives them psychological confidence.
Yeah.
They had just lost a couple of skirmishes in the bot lane where they got turned by Evelynn, so that will probably give them their confidence back.
Yeah, hope is not lost yet.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you just tuning in, this is winner semifinals between RD and YPBoys. The winner will punch a ticket to the live finals, top 3 finish. And they will play in either the grand finals or the losers finals. So both teams, I'm sure, don't want to have to go through the losers to get that. So they want it right here, right now.
Yeah, definitely. And the event will be at the Gamer Expo, which you can find more information about at gamerexpohi.com. Buy tickets. Come play video games with everyone else.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of guest appearances by some well-known speedrunners, Cosmo Wright, Trihex, Glemic, as well as the whole Curse Academy will be there as well. But in the meantime, RD George getting caught out, and he is losing health rapidly, but luckily he is able to soak up a lot of cooldowns. We'll see if the red team can pick anything up. Justin is getting focused on, but it's only the Nautilus, so that will not be enough to kill him. But Eve does go down in the back, so 2 for 1. Not the worst trade in the world, but definitely not the initiate they were looking for.
No, definitely not. I think Waffles went a little bit too deep trying to get that Caitlyn, and he kind of got caught out. His entire team left, and he just kind of died. Though this, wow, this Caitlyn is so low. Actually went into Dragon. This is very dangerous. Oh no, run on empty.
Oh boy,
yep.
That's not how you do.
Nope.
That's not what you want to see right there. He did try to pick it up, but oh
yeah,
Kog'Maw got the dragon.
Oh, did he really?
He did.
Oh my god.
What the heck?
RD is so good at taking objectives from YPBoys. Yeah, that's so bad for them. They really needed that dragon. Oh man.
Oh yeah, because there was no smite because Eve was dead.
Yeah, Eve died. So yeah, Kog'Maw, that living artillery is pretty good at taking objectives.
Well, Kevin, that just negated the kills lost right there in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually kind of worked out better for RD. Let's see if Kog'Maw will steal any Barons later in this game, because I know how that's their favorite thing to do.
Well, we'll see. Both teams obviously making an equal amount of mistakes. There's a lot of pressure, I'm sure, on both teams. There's probably a lot of scrambled communications. Just got to settle down and remember what brought you to the dance, and go back to it. Just play solid.
Yeah, chillax.
Clears.
Maybe play a little more aggressive, just a little bit.
Again, RD only needs one more game to close the set, and then is all said and done. But YPBoys cannot afford to lose at this point. They have to win 2 games in a row.
Yeah, that's the terrifying part about losing your first game, is that that you can't drop it for even a second.
Yeah.
You just got to play as well as you can. Oh, double ward there. Double vision.
It looks like the same builds coming out from the previous game. Gragas going with his Frozen Fist build. Mundo going with the standard tank items. Sunfire Cape, Spirit Visage, And we'll probably see a bunch of Banshee's Veils coming out soon, since there is Kog'Maw on one side and Ahri on the other.
Yeah, and neither AD carry is actually yet to pick up a Vamp Scepter, so they actually have almost no sustainability.
Yeah, and there's no heals for either side in terms of like a Nami or a Sona.
Yeah, there's no character heals.
Yeah.
Summoner, however, they both have heals.
Yeah. So right now things are pretty stale. No team has a whole lot of momentum at this point because of the Dragon Steel. And both teams are just kind of posturing with their front line, trying to see which team will blink first.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for which team will land a hook first.
Ooh, double red buff, though, on the side of the red team. On Nautilus, it's not that big of a deal, but on the AD carry, it is kind of a big deal. So
yeah, it's huge on Jinx.
we shall see what happens. If Jinx can get snowballed and get some get-excited kills and maneuver around the fight, we'll see what they can do. The poke from Cog with blue is also big.
Yeah, that's huge. I think definitely the RD has the better poke here.
Whew, that Caitlyn. Look at how much damage she took from that.
But I think definitely RD has to be more wary of dodging skill shots. If Ahri lands a single charm, I mean, that's essentially a person dead.
Yep.
But it looks like people are just going to go back. They danced for a bit. Now they're tired and they're going to go home.
Yeah, they're probably going to wait until the blue buffs wear off on Kog'Maw and the red buff wears off on Jinx, and they're just going to take the free gold in the side lanes. Pretty smart choice.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, it looks like blue team kind of taking a bit of the RD's jungle, so they're going to lose out on that gold. And it looks like they're actually going to deal some good damage to this turret.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. That's so much damage on Justin.
Yeah, and the problem is that Justin is still so shallow into his build. He only has a Zeal. He still needs to finish Phantom Dancer to be relevant, and then he can start thinking about Banshee's Veil, but that's still quite a ways away.
Yeah, and actually Jinx getting the level 3 boots once again really wants that attack speed, or I'm sorry, the movement speed from the enhancement.
Yeah, and anytime he puts off autos, he'll get a slight speed boost as well, so definitely interesting tactics. Oh, carbon copy, my friend.
Oh, no.
You are in all sorts of trouble, and he will have to burn his ulti to get out. The rocket coming across, just kind of a warning shot, not really any kill potential there, but that's what they wanted. They caught Ahri sleeping, so now they can push up.
Yeah, they've actually,
Ooh, Eva's flanking from the back, actually.
What? That is surprising.
Is he going to go? Doesn't look like he's going to go.
No, that wouldn't be the right choice, I don't think.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there. I guess he was just doing that in case they went really hard. And we'll see. Well, we'll see where the red team decides to put their pinks down, because the positioning of their pink wards is going to be essential to catching out Eve's flanks.
Yeah,
make sure to cover all angles.
Yeah, it looks like blue team is actually just pushing right back up this mid lane. They really want that mid turret.
Yeah, it's the real do-si-do of the push. It's like, okay, you push and back off, we push and back off. But they do secure the turret. Justin is running dangerously low on health, and there's the
flash.
The mind games. Justin thought it was for him, but it was for Thresh all along. And there's the lockup. Ahri does not quite have Spirit Rush back. It's coming up in a little bit. We'll see if he decides to use it. Oh, the crit damage. Oh, that is huge. That is huge. RD is going to clean this up. Here comes Carbon Copy. Does land the charm onto Soulstar and takes him out.
Oh, wow.
But double buffs onto Kog'Maw. They need to be very cautious of how they approach this. At the same time, George cannot take too much damage and go down. If he goes down, that's really bad.
Yeah, Wooly Riceau is in a terrible position. Ooh. Wow, there's that living artillery. That was very close.
Yeah, body slam able to get him out of that.
So many low HP characters, and they're playing around a Kog'Maw. That's so dangerous. I
think... I would like to think that they knew that the Spirit Rush was close to coming up. It looks like they really got caught off guard by it, though, because Caitlyn did not see that coming. I mean, Jinx, sorry. Jinx did not see that coming.
And that's definitely how she died.
Exploded.
Yeah, she got definitely melted.
I like the mind games of Braum, though, with the flash ulti, because Caitlyn thought it was her.
Yeah, and that was a good play. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? We'll just go for the one that's closer. Hey, there's a TP coming in.
Hello, red team. What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Goodbye,
George.
Oh, George! Mundo!
In very Mundo fashion, continues to live no matter what. And it's actually at like half HP at this point. He can totally go back into this fight if he wanted to.
Mundo with the most magical of pixels right there.
Oh my gosh. He never dies.
Okay, so that's another quote-unquote reset as the dragon is alive, but Eve is recalling, and then red team is coming back, so...
I'm surprised this blue team hasn't even started this dragon yet. I mean,
the
entire red team retreated. Worried about what? They have like complete vision in this jungle. They kind of know who's going to be here or not.
I don't know, just call it paranoid. I mean, they did lose the dragon last time, so...
You know what? You're right, they did. They maybe want to keep the slim goal difference that they have right now, and maybe not drop a team fight or anything, but they're gonna go for the dragon now.
Yeah, now that Eve is back, they're gonna go for it, and red team is all scattered, so this is a
they definitely want to smite here, to say the least. And Jinx is actually kind of caught out of position. I don't think they're gonna be able to capitalize on that though. Wow, Thresh though, he's just parading around Artie's jungle. He does not care. He's like, I died for it. What is he doing?
Oh, that Winter's Bite. If that had landed, they probably could have stunned him up.
Yeah, he would have been dead much earlier. He might still be dead, though. Actually, looks like he's just going to walk away from this.
Oh, Run on Empty took a ton of damage. Braum was not in position to Glacial Fissure. Oh, boy. Ding, ding, ding. Here comes the torpedo. And Justin is locked down to half health. There is the catch with the hook. But Artie Waffles is not tanky yet. It is not late game, so... He will go down very fast. There's the Glacial Fissure. Great ulti. Worldy's Jimmy will go down. Carbon Copy is freezing with the Braum passive and does get locked up. Ooh, that rocket. That rocket really, really helped them out in that fight as they do trade 2 for 3. George is kiting back, and I don't know if they're going to have the damage to finish it. No, they will not. So that rocket
dealt a lot of damage.
Yeah, I gave them the edge they needed.
But really, I think what gave them the edge that they needed was that Woolly Rice was in a terrible position. He was kind of caught out the entire time, like on the sidelines, and he couldn't really get into that fight. And he was out of the fight for almost the entirety of it. He kind of came back and cleaned up with his ult, but I feel like he just wasn't even around that entire fight.
While that was all happening too, the top lane went down in Artie's favor, so they got a free objective out of that too.
Well, these two teams play at very equal skill, apparently, because the goal difference has never really exceeded 2,000 gold.
Yeah, not since that snowball in the first game where it was really, really big. It's been very close.
And then even then, RD brought it back.
Yeah, and they brought it back quickly, too. Okay, so taking a look at the items across the board this stage in the game, Kog'Maw with 3 completed items and the Seraph's Embrace, so he's big. Hasn't died yet, 5 kills. Jinx is getting there too, just needs that last Whisper. And it looks like Caitlyn is just going to go for the last Whisper as well, not going to wait for a Banshee's Veil yet. I'm just going to go offensive. We'll see how that plays out. But
yeah, I think that's the right play. I mean, she wants to be a threat about as early as possible. She's just very squishy at this point. So if she does get caught out by maybe Kog'Maw's Living Artillery will probably take her out. And she has no lifesteal, so it's really dangerous for her. Yeah,
because right now, Nautilus doesn't have a whole lot of armor items. He has Banshees, he has a Giant Spell and Merc Treads. No Randuins yet, so...
He's got a lot of health, to say the least.
Yeah, so he needs to watch out for Caitlyn. He can't take too much crits from her.
Are they positioning around Baron? Do they want to force something?
Looks like it. Bot lane is pushing in RD's favor. And if someone were to go clear that doesn't have teleport, they could probably force it, but I don't really think that they have the comp for that. They would probably want to be on the opposite end of that, where they're the ones poking into the Baron with Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
Because Kog'Maw will give you vision of pretty much any bush in that area and deal damage, so...
Yeah, it looks like everyone's just going to back off now, go into their own jungles. Gragas is going down to that bot lane to clear all of those minions. So that'll kind of reset the lane hostility. Oh, there's a missed hook. Worldy Jimmy, though, is kind of out of place right now. If he gets hit,
Oh, I don't like that flash. That's kind of a force. And Red team needs to stop chasing. They just burned Glacial Fissure. Blue team is looking to flank, and there's the Eve. Pops the Randuin's Omen. Here comes Gragas into the middle of the fight. And yeah, red team really forced that fight, and that could cost them a lot of objectives right now as they've already lost their AD carry. Kog'Maw is also running low. RD Waffles, see ya, goodbye. He will hook away, but Caitlyn will finish him off, no problem. And there's a nice flash skill shot right there. So, yeah,
that was so unfortunate.
RD was getting really trigger itchy, I think, and they wanted to fight. But then they missed way too many of their skill shots.
Yeah, Braum flash, and then he missed the Winter's bite, and that was bad. But then he missed his ult, which was even worse.
Yeah, and then they kept chasing.
And then they kept going with Braum pretty much running on empty. I get it, because his name's running on empty.
But don't.
Oh. So. Anyways, yeah, so that was definitely not how they wanted to play that. And you know, YPBoys, they capitalized on that. They got the tower. They looking to actually go maybe towards Baron.
Yeah, still 2 seconds on the death timer for Nautilus. I would imagine they're probably just gonna go and sweep some of the wards and put some pinks down.
Yeah, Gragas is gonna go clear this top lane, which has also been pushing in RD's favor. Yeah, that was unfortunate though. That's not how you want a team fight to go.
Yeah, and again, the Eve flank proves so effective, and Gragas teleporting into the middle of everyone. That's where he wants to be.
Yeah, that was a perfect teleport by Gragas.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone's went back, bought a little bit. These items are looking pretty good. Ahri is still quite a threat with her Void Staff, Cap, and Deathfire Grasp. She deals so much damage.
Oh, and I see that Caitlyn has also noticed the lack of major armor items on the enemy team, so she's just going for things that handle health with the Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah.
So good choice, I think.
Definitely a good choice. It also gives her a bit of lifesteal, so she's finally got that sustain that she's been looking for.
Yeah, the active will also help her kite as well. They dive onto her. But yeah, that's definitely going to be good when she's hitting the Mundo and the Nautilus with all the giant spelt items.
Yeah, well,
and another Negatron.
Yeah, there's so many Negatrons on RD's team. They're also going to take down Dragon, pretty much uncontested, though. Looks like YPBoys are actually going to be able to try to go for this top tower. They're not fighting with minions, though.
Yeah, so there's no armor reduction on that. So
yeah, they can't necessarily tank it either, so...
But it looks like they'll get it anyway.
Yeah, it looks like enough people are here at this point, so they will be able to take this tower.
All right.
Yeah, that's even less vision for RD. I mean, it's 6 towers to 2. They're really dropping it on this whole tower thing.
Yeah, they're about 1 to 2 team fights away from losing their whole base. And this time, I'm not sure what they can possibly do against this Caitlyn, because this Caitlyn is really, really strong right now. Saw putting so much DPS. Cog has been landing some good poke damage, but once the fight starts, he's so concerned about keeping his himself alive because of the Ahri. Whew, run on empty getting caught out again.
Yeah, they call run on empty, but they're not really going to go for him. I mean, hey, look, another double ward.
Yep,
what a hive mind.
Double ward, double the power.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, they're going to have to hit all of these wards. Yeah, both wards going down. That's 40 gold for YP. And it looks like the YP is kind of just looking to push and take over RD's entire jungle. They've got great vision, great wards just surrounding the entire jungle, so... It's gonna be tough for RD to even get out of their base.
And right now the onus is kind of on YPBoys to force something, because if they allow RD to just turtle up, then the gold lead won't really matter quite as much, especially if the inhibitor resets for free.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely going to be wanting to maybe push this top turret, try to go for an inhibitor, or just get the exterior bottom turret, which is still alive.
I would agree. It wouldn't be a bad idea to clear that out just to make sure and keep everything nice and clean.
So it looks like they're kind of they're doing Baron. They're going for it.
Yeah, that super creep wave is stalling them out, so they're gonna go for it. But Caitlyn is actually not in the best of positions.
Oh, no, definitely not.
They're gonna jump them here. Oh
yeah! Wow.
Oh jeez! Holy damage! Oh, but the rocket. The Wombo combo not completed.
Oh,
and run on empty is running on empty. There's the Jinx rocket still. They do trade 1-for-1. Supports do go down. And Wally Rice actually going down as well. Justin going down as well. What is going on? The throws are strong. Holy cow! And DIT.
I'll tell you what's going on. Jinx is popping off is what's going on.
Yeah, RD's about to bring it back right here.
Oh man, as they've done so many times before. Yeah, it looks like things have actually pretty much gone back to barely any goal difference.
I'm surprised that they didn't just run back to Baron and take the Baron with Mundo.
Yeah, they actually also got a turret.
Yeah, there's 4
Minions
dead.
just pushing in.
And Ari's not gonna get back there in time. Ooh, kind of cringeworthy move right there to check the dragon without vision, and they wasted a lot of time. They get some kills.
Have a timer.
They get kills and momentum, but again, I feel like they could have just ran for the Baron, which was definitely up.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn was in a really bad position during that fight. It looks like they weren't going for Baron hard enough. I mean, they only had like 2 people on Baron. Caitlyn was like kind of half on, half off, and like if they really wanted to rush a Baron, they need way more people targeting Baron down.
Yeah, the ramp near the Baron area really provided like a pseudo wall where they had to funnel in past the front line for RD, and Cog and Caitlyn were, or Cog and Jinx were just firing shots from the back. And it really the splash damage as well from the rockets.
Yeah,
really caught them off guard.
That was their fight to win at that point.
Yep. So
yeah, we're back
game
to
giveth, game taketh away.
Yeah.
Even again.
We're even again, as this team is, or as these 2 teams have done so many times before. No team has really had a huge advantage aside from that last game, but even that was short-lived.
Yeah, this is definitely not how YPBoys want to go out of the winners bracket with 2 close games that coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, they definitely want to at least get this game back. Ooh,
Well, now YPBoys, knows how RD felt last game, being in such a good place and then kind of losing it.
I like the Leandri's pickup on the AP Cog as well. The burn is gonna do a lot of residual damage, even if they get away after the shot. So
gives you even more reason to avoid his living artillery.
Yeah, further facilitating his poke damage. And he does have blue buff again.
Yeah, this Cog, though, is doing super well. 704, I mean...
300 CS.
Like yeah, man, he's really not dropping the ball on this.
Yeah, proving that this pick was not just a spur-of-the-moment pick. He definitely had a plan going into this.
He knows how to play Kog'Maw.
Yeah, definitely knows what he's doing. Red team's top lane is pushing pretty strong. Gragas going to get that. Cog going to get the bottom lane likewise. And as soon as he shows, though, we'll see what will happen. Blue team is kind of migrating towards the Baron. And now they know that Cog is there. But I'm sure they're still really afraid to start it at this point. Objectives have been stolen by both teams throughout this set, so...
You're definitely right. And, with Kog'Maw there, it's a lot easier to steal a Baron.
Yeah, much safer as well to work your way into the Baron area with Kog'Maw.
Yeah, instead of just jumping in. Yeah, Kog'Maw gives great vision.
Okay, so...
Both teams just kind of meandering.
Yeah, red team needs to get Baron vision back, though. They need to clear out all those wards. Like, you can see the quadruple and triple sweepers. They just really need to clear some vision away before red team can make a move, because they only have like 1 ward in the pit, but the entrances are all blue. So
it looks like blue team's actually just going to go for dragon.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's a good move. I mean, wasn't really being guarded. I don't think red team had any vision on that either. So
yeah, and Caitlyn still needs a last whisper, so that gold's going to be good for her. And I like this play, just staying together. Don't get caught out of position,
Yeah, there's not too much AoE on the blue team, so it's not that bad to stick so close together.
Yeah. And you don't want to get caught off one-on-one with like an Ahri who gets the jump on you. It's definitely a good idea to stay close.
Yeah, blue team definitely has quite a few assassins that are really good. Hey, look, another double ward. Yeah, they've been doing that a lot this game.
The pink ward, double ward, I like because it takes a lot of hits to clear it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's like 10 hits.
Yeah, and just like that, the ward ring around Baron has changed from blue to red.
Yeah.
And the dance continues.
I think like purple in my case.
4K gold advantage, but that is virtually a non-factor at this point, as both AD carries have their core, both mids have their core. Everybody's getting tanky on the front line. Blocking the Iron Solari too, both supports.
So, Jinx actually went for a bit more of a kind of magic resist build, building a Quicksilver Sash.
Blue team calling the bluff, saying we're not going to face check, we're just going to shove this up. So they do not get fooled by the brush.
Yeah, man. Yeah, both teams again. They're centering around this mid lane.
Oh, this
One
is
of them,
big.
yeah.
Bot lane.
Wow.
Something's got to give here, Kevin. Something's got to give.
Wow, looks like all of red team is actually backing.
Oh, but the inhibitor though.
Yeah,
exposed.
they know that inhibitor's up. They're just gonna go for it. Blue team. This was a great call by
Can
them.
they might get collapsed on though. Mundo is behind. Is on cooldown. The inhibitor still hasn't gone down yet. Here goes Braum. Glacial Fissure hitting very nice, splitting up the team. And here comes the fight. Wally Rice is running really low, and he goes down really fast. And DIT is isolated. Holy cow. Blue team, they made a big mistake in trying to force that. Yeah, Justin is still alive.
Caitlyn, though.
Gonna go down finally, and there's the get excited. And no more slows. I'm sorry, no more dashes.
Yeah, though Caitlyn, she really did work. I mean, she was in that sideline, and she was actually pretty well hidden away, and she picked up like 2 to 3 kills, I think.
Yep.
So it looks like Jinx and Kog'Maw will probably be able to pick up this mid tower.
Yeah, without Spirit Rush, I don't think Ahri can outplay both of them.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She's definitely going to try, though, and try and defend this turret, but she's definitely going to want to be pretty careful. She does still have her flash up, so even getting caught, but yeah, they're going to take this turret down way too quickly.
Yeah, and that was just one of those situations where something had to give. Bot lane was getting shoved down blue team's throat, so they just tried to rush the inhibitor, but the problem was that Mundo actually faked the recall and just came from behind and flanked them. So they just kind of got sandwiched right there.
Yeah, this game is inching closer and closer. 21 to 21 kills, completely even. Though blue team does have a bit of a lead in both gold and towers.
Yeah, good job by Ahri clearing out the pink wards, knowing that it's going to take a while for the blue team to get there.
Yeah, the pressure was relieved. Wow, look at blue team. 3 Randuins. You can never have enough.
But yeah, definitely the last hurdle for red team to clinching out this set is to get to Caitlyn before she can kill 2 or 3 people. Because if they can get to her, I mean, they're getting to everyone else. Everyone else is melting. Like, holy cow. Like, Wally Rice is not living as long as he was in the previous games.
No, definitely not.
So, they can just get to Caitlyn. That's going to be it.
The Caitlyn is definitely where all of the damage is. I mean, it showed last fight.
Looks
like red team, though. Yeah, they're going to start Baron. They want this. It's going down really quickly, too.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Wow. I don't think blue team had vision on that.
Wow.
That was actually pretty big.
Oh, we'll see if Eve's going to check this, and he does. Gragas is still pushing, though. Caitlyn is still pushing, too. Nautilus forced to recall, and Jinx is also trying to find a place to get out. I'm actually pretty sure that he could fight that.
Yeah, Jinx is definitely going to kill Eve. That was a bad play by Eve. She should have left.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh,
wow.
God.
Oh, my gosh.
Caitlyn
deals so much damage.
Oh, but they're pinched.
Holy Rice, though.
Nice
is
ulti.
Not in a great place.
Justin just needs to run. Eve is
Thresh Express can get Holy Rice out of there.
Yeah. Good escape.
Yeah, and Justin was fine. Just going to run out of there. No problemo. Looks like red team going to try to push something back.
RD should definitely teleport. I was about to say that Mundo should have teleported and taken out the inner top, because that wave was enormous. But because Gragas is going to be preoccupied with that now, they can just walk up and take mid.
Yeah, and wow, Jinx just melts turrets.
Still 15 seconds on Eve. If a priority target goes down here, we could see more objectives.
Yeah, and it looks like RD is taking this game over again. They want it. They're going to actually just migrate straight to this top, and both Braum and RD Waffles, they're just going to walk into the turret. Whatever, man. They've got like 1 billion HP.
Yeah, Eve going down for free there was so huge.
That was giant. That allowed RD to have the confidence to just push in.
Yeah, the 4v5 power play, definitely.
That with Baron, I think that Baron, that was so ridiculous. They just got the Baron for free.
RD might be trying to end the game right here. They're posturing. Not interested in sweeping out the final inner turret. They just want to go for it right here, right now. Super creeps will be on the way.
They do have Baron buff.
They do.
I mean, it's a huge advantage for them.
They do have a lot of poke as well with Kog'Maw's living artillery.
Yeah.
And the Void
wave
Ooze.
clear.
Yep, a lot of wave clear. This is could be the deciding moment in this set, whether RD runs away with it or if YPBoys can hold on.
And as long as Jinx just gets a second on a tower, it's going to go down to like half HP.
Okay, George walking up, but again, not going to commit. Oh, that barrel was a lot of damage. They need to get out now. I think.
George got caught. Yeah, this is going a little too long for them. Caitlyn, oh man,
they're giving up a lot of farm, that's why, in the other lanes.
Yeah. This isn't great for them, and it looks like they're actually getting poked down pretty hard. It'd probably be best if they just went to their separate lanes.
Yeah, I agree. Oh,
no, they're still going to go, though. They want this.
Baron
want this tower.
Is regenning them, and again, they're losing a lot of gold in the bottom lane. Kog'Maw gets hooked in, has to pop his Quicksilver Sash to get away. This siege is not working out for RD. They need to call it quits.
Yeah, they're going to leave. And that's the right choice, honestly. They took a little too much hit. They took too many hits. It wouldn't have worked out for them.
I felt like that siege was more about RD looking for YPBoys to make a mistake instead of RD going in with a plan and coordinating something.
Yeah, YPBoys, though, was playing that defense very, very well, very carefully.
Very passively. Okay, so the base is still A-okay for now.
Yeah, for now.
And Baron buff will be falling off very soon.
Yeah, Dragon is up, though, so if either team just wants to send someone over there and pick it up, they totally can. There's no vision from either team on it, though.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great set that we're seeing here, though. RD, definitely a new and improved Radiant Dawn from the previous tournament we saw them in. YPBoys coming in fresh, brand new team, showing that they can definitely compete.
And they're definitely competing, that's for sure.
Yep.
Looks like Kog'Maw's picking up that blue buff again, so he's gonna be a threat that YPBoys is gonna have to work with.
Yeah, this is definitely an opportunity that both teams want to take advantage of. The set is still doable for both teams, and free ride to top 3 is.
Yeah, it looks like
doesn't come across very often.
Wow. Okay, Gorg could have actually finished off that dragon if he wanted to. There was no vision on him. Oh no, Justin, that was not the correct thing to do.
Oh, the knockouts. Okay, he is safe. Thresh, thank you, base Thresh.
Uh-oh, DIT.
DIT is going dangerously low, but they need to be careful for the flank coming. Oh, but Justin getting hit by the rocket, but he's still standing there and auto-attacking. And red team is actually taking quite a bit of damage, and the front line is starting to go down. And yeah, it looks like blue team is starting to turn this fight, and it will be a pretty decent trade overall. And now Kog'Maw is in all kinds of trouble. He's going to take Caitlyn with him, but that's still going to be an overall victory for the blue team. Yeah, that was
a 3 for 5. Wow, yeah, Caitlyn, she was left untouched, man. She was just able to stand back and shoot the crap out of people.
Yeah, the Wombo combo needed to kill her.
Yeah, and it didn't, unfortunately. Braum missed his ult, on most of the enemy team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he hit anything with that, actually.
So what will the blue team do? Looks like they're just going to trade the inhibitor. Not going to bother with the Baron. Well, I'm sorry, the Baron's not up. Excuse me, that's just a ward.
They don't really have like a lot of attack damage, so really I think taking the inhibitor is their best chance. They can't really go for any other towers at the moment.
Yep, and then Gragas does have a Sheen, so that will be doing a little bit of extra damage as well.
Yeah, there it goes. Going down.
RD with shades of earlier in the game where they tried to force something and it didn't work out, and then they tried to keep going anyway.
Yeah. Man, it's like I'm in a park or something. There's so many swings.
Good one. Good one.
Anyways, Baron's coming back up pretty soon. That's going to be probably the next big objective and probably the decider of this match.
But yeah,
The
if I'm
white-
the sorry, go ahead.
No, go. You go for it.
If I'm the blue team, I would be saying, Justin, please stop getting hooked.
Justin gets hooked all the time.
Because they're winning the fights, but I'm sure that's not how they want to win it.
Yeah, that's actually how they were engaged upon, is that Justin was just hooked and then they went in. And I guess it worked out in their favor, so maybe it's some elaborate mind
This
game.
Baron is gonna melt.
Yeah, and actually, I don't think Blue Team has any vision on this. They totally don't.
No, they're not gonna face check this.
Yeah, and it's gone. Man, that's another Baron for RD. They just walk in and get it.
And at this point, with the gold being so close, the Baron buff is worth actually a lot more for the stats that it gives,
Yeah.
and the regen. So that could be the deciding factor in the next fight if they decide to go. But yeah, inhibitors are a problem right now.
They definitely are. Blue Team does, however, have a inhibitor open in their mid lane. So if Red Team was going to push into any lane, I'm sure it's going to be mid. Though they will have to push through super minions.
Coming up on about an hour into this game, one of the longest games that we've casted so far.
Oh boy.
Our RD is on the verge of closing this set. They are about a couple team fights away from destroying the base and ending the game. But on the other hand, so is YPBoys.
Yeah, both of these teams are just playing so carefully, which really makes the game last a very long time.
Okay, so a little bit of change in strategy here. Jinx is going for full offensive builds. Even sold his boots for the Zephyr, which is common at 6
Yep.
items. But Caitlyn is going for a more defensive build with the GA. So we'll see how that tips the scales one way or the other, offense versus defense.
I think I like Caitlyn's build more, honestly, because the whole point of Red Team's offensive is to kill Caitlyn at this point. And you're going to kill her once, but with the GA, she's just going to come straight back. And by that time, I would expect Blue Team to have peeled off the Red Team a bit.
Carbon copy not looking too healthy right now. But it looks like they're going to go for it anyway. They're sticking around.
Yeah,
And
he's at
there's
half
the
health.
Ace in the hole coming out across onto Soulstar, but he has Baron buff and he has lifesteal, so he does not care. They will gladly
Not
trade
one
that
bit.
off.
Let's see if Justin's going to get hooked again.
And
Yes, he does.
But he does have the GA, but there's a nice wombo combo of knockups. Wally Rice going very low. The focus is on to Jinx. She needs to reposition, and she does. The front line is getting very low. RD Waffles goes down first, and Wally Rice flashing out. George trying to pick something up. Caitlyn is getting chased down now. Oh my gosh, run on empty. With that shield is doing so much work. And they're going to have to leave Caitlyn for dead. Hello, Caitlyn. Goodbye, Caitlyn.
Oh, goodbye, Caitlyn.
So
Yeah,
the
that was a
GA
great fight
is
for
gone.
RD. That's exactly how they want this to go. The Braum ult finally actually hit like 3 people. So that was a
And the
great
Nautilus
Braum ult.
ulti.
And the Nautilus
Yeah,
ulti.
bouncy
I mean,
house.
yeah, it's ridiculous. If only that a Yasuo that was unfortunately banned.
Yo, and that Braum with full health with that shield, it's like, come at me.
Braum is ridiculous
Hit
with that
me,
shield.
Caitlyn, please.
Especially in those like corridors, like it makes it so difficult for the enemy team to get around Braum's shield.
So with
And
the
it looks like they're just gonna go for an inhib.
yeah, and Caitlyn wisely selling the BF sword, not the BF, the GA for a Banshees.
Yeah, I think that's the right play here.
Wally Rice has no flash, and he's gonna go down.
Oh no, Wally Rice.
This is not good. 70-second death timer. Red team should try to end the game here if they can.
I think they've been playing so safe. I don't think they're going to. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
they're
it
just
doesn't
gonna
look like
back
they're going
off.
to. Again, I'm not gonna, say that it's the absolute right thing to do. There's always 2 sides to every coin, but with a 70-second death timer on Gragas, you might as well go for it. I think to at least
Yeah,
try
they're gonna
to
play it safe though.
at least rotate and get the other turrets that are still there.
Yeah, they could have done that as well. Also, Caitlyn had about 10 seconds left, so she wouldn't have even been a threat.
Yeah, and they don't need minions at this point.
No, they're all so
big.
tanky.
Yeah, they're all big.
Yeah, they're all ridiculous. Yeah, but hey, man, we've gotten into an hour-long game. We're about to hit the 60-minute mark, so that's gonna be fun.
So yeah, both teams very hesitant to close out the game. Again, I felt like they could have taken a little bit more of the side objectives with the inhibitor turrets, but Regardless, the game will continue, and both teams will reset and get another chance to fight.
They're very scared. They really don't want to drop the ball here. This is for all the marbles.
Yep. And right now, it's really looking like it's going to be a question of whether Juicin gets initiated on or not.
Yeah, he needs to stop getting hooked. I mean, that's like the 9th time he's been hooked.
Yeah, and this time it did cost his team the fight.
It really did, yeah.
And a lot of their summoners. Eve's flash is down, Gragas's flash is down, so they won't be able to go in and out as easily. On the other hand, Mundo's flash is down, but everyone else's flash is up. So
yeah.
Summoner advantage for the red team. Baron is gone for now, but it will be back. We'll see if we actually get another one at this point. We very well might.
This will be the 3rd Baron, I think so.
2 minutes about, so we'll see what they decide to do. Looks like they're going to push out top. And
yeah, the traveling is a full group at this point. They really don't want anyone to get caught out, so, traveling is a 5-man team. Not like they need the experience or anything, or the gold.
Yep. Teleport is available for Gragas, not for Mundo. So the potential to backdoor the inhibitor is there for Gragas if the fight goes in their favor. He could just teleport to their, if the minions are close enough. So that's something they need to keep in mind, but it looks like they're just going to posture and just wait for Baron to come. I imagine they're probably not going to go hard here. They're probably just going to wait about a minute and see what they can get. And if they don't get anything, then they'll just turn for Baron later.
Yeah, they'll just go directly for Baron. That makes sense.
Yeah. Nice cleaver. Cuts off the Banshee's Veil. George getting hooked in. Does not
he's
care.
Fine.
It's like,
he is Mundo. I take no damage.
Going around the back for another flank, but Carbon Copy taking some damage. Juicin also burning from the residual damage, and Worldy Jimmy looked like he was trying to start something right there as Kog'Maw does spot out Evelyn, I believe. I believe he did see him.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to kind of go for Baron at this point. They're going to start gravitating around that, maybe start clearing out some wards, putting down some wards.
Oh, RD Waffle going very hard. There's the flash from Caitlyn. She does not have it available anymore. We'll see if that matters. As the Super Mega Death Rocket comes across, does close to nothing. And taking a look at the health bars, Wally Rice is going very, very low. Here comes Carbon Copy
oh, man,
with his combo for his Spirit Rush. And they're doing really, really well right now.
Yeah. I think Waffles went a little too hard there. Uh-oh, wait a second. Winions.
The Winions, though. The Winions, though. And RD will immediately re-engage, saying, stop him, stop him. And it looks like they will be able to stop the recalls, and they'll have to take the Wong Lock back. So, even though RD Waffles forced that, which is...
Oh, no!
Come on. Team,
what
please.
Happened there?
Team, please. That's that... Yeah.
Oh, boy. That was...
That was very unfortunate. That's 60-second death timer right there.
That's a 60-second mistake.
That's a Baron, for sure, for the blue team.
Yeah, that's definitely a Baron.
But that might have been why RD Waffles chose to force that. Because he knew that the minions were pushing. So there was
I guess so.
possibly some method to the madness that I didn't see right away.
They did get 2 inner turrets, but, the YPBoys, they're going to be able to get Baron at this point. And, I mean, that buff is just so important right now.
Yeah, it is really, really important. Caitlyn's flash is not available right now, but Super Mega Death Rocket used to scout that out, and obviously it will go down to the blue team because there were too many dead for RD. Closing on 100,000 gold for both teams. This is getting pretty crazy right now with both teams not being able to close.
This is a long game.
Yep.
Let's just throw that out there.
This has got to be some sort of esports Hawaii record that's probably not going to get passed anytime soon.
Yeah, this is pretty nuts. Both teams, punching each other about as hard as they can, but they're just can't close it out.
Poor supports. They'll never be able to get to full 6 items because the Sight Stone is so important.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. But hey, they've gotten to their 5-item builds, I guess.
Yep.
So that's always good.
Okay, so Caitlyn selling, gets a GA again. Pretty important since she has no flash anymore.
Yeah, and...
But it is...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It is about halfway off cooldown, though, so...
Yeah.
It'll probably be up soon.
Jinx also has sold her boots, as well as Caitlyn. Yeah, they're both bootless. The Zephyr is so good. It gives so
Again,
much movement speed.
the nose, like the defensive item off the Mercurial Scimitar is kind of defensive, but nowhere nearly as defensive as a GA. So
Yeah.
again, we'll see which pays off when it's all said and done, which was the smarter choice.
Looks like blue team, yeah, they're on the offensive right now. Thresh missing that hook.
Yeah, they need to stay on the offensive because they can't allow themselves to get muscled up to their inhibitors and lose an inhibitor. Not without any Nexus turrets.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, here comes that siege dance that has been so popular this game. Roldy Jimmy taking a bit of harassment. That live artillery is doing so much work.
Yeah, and Eve's posting up on the side as usual. If I were RD, I would definitely just take this stalemate until the Baron buff wears off and just be patient. You played for 60 plus minutes. What's another 2 or 3 at this point?
At this point, time means nothing to you.
Yep. Might as well just wait for things to reset to neutral.
Yeah, I think patience is the name of the game here. Both teams playing very cautiously, neither one wanting to engage. Just waiting for the other one to slip up, but they're both playing so solidly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to, I think, mental fatigue at this point. One team is going to get too antsy. And that'll probably decide the game, because they're pretty even otherwise.
Waffles keeps getting hooked, actually.
But he's
2
fine
hooks
with
in a
it.
row. Yeah, he's huge. There's no way that tickles him. Oh, Justin!
Oh, so close, Justin. Again, almost getting hooked on. Close,
yeah,
close,
that
close.
was very close.
It's a good reaction, though, to get away.
He's like, hey guys, not this time. Oh, wow. Alright, Waffles is actually in a pretty bad position here.
Oh, and a defensive Braum ulti. And the Nautilus ulti is burned. Here comes the fight. And the blue team is with the advantage in terms of life and ultis. And this looks like it might be the time for the blue team to go hard. They need to just turn on the inhibitor, though.
Yeah, they're just going to take down that inhibitor. Which gives red team ample time to go back to their base and heal if they do want to try to pick this up. Carbon copy, getting hit by that live artillery a lot, but that was a big win for blue team.
It was.
Getting that inhibitor meant so much. They really needed that.
Oh, another hook so close again. So this is going to put map advantage once again back into the favor of the blue team. Run on empty, taking a lot of auto attacks right there. I don't know if RD wants to fight this again. They are not all fully healed. And
to be fair, I mean, blue team is at very low HP. Carbon copy is almost dead.
Yep.
But it looks like they're going to run back, heal up a bit.
Yeah, they're just going to go... Like, the minion clear now is not even for the gold at this point. It's just to keep it off their base.
Yeah. Gold or experience don't matter anymore. They've maxed out everything.
Yep. Okay. So that was really bad. RD Waffles once again getting caught out and didn't really allow them to get the fight that they wanted. The Braum ulti had to be used defensively. The Nautilus ulti had to be used defensively as well.
I don't even know why Caitlyn dragons.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point.
I mean, I guess it helps for, like, money for elixirs and stuff, but yeah, honestly, it's not really that important anymore.
And, you know, for a game that's gone on for nearly 70 minutes already, there's not a lot of kills on both teams. I mean, in perspective for how long this game has been going on.
Okay, and there's, again, the lack of pink wards. Because all the item slots are full, Eve is free to roam as she pleases. There's no way that they're going to spot her out if she decides to make a move. Yeah, she's coming in from the side, and it looks like blue team wants to go. Run on empty is caught. That's not the target that they want. You got to imagine that blue team is feeling pretty comfortable, though.
Yeah, they just won that last fight. They want to go for it. They're ready to scrap.
Yeah, the one pink ward in the lane is fine, but they really need to watch the side, so you can really tell that Mundo is waiting for it. Letting Braum and Nautilus do most of the walking up. Mundo just kind of feinting going forward and sticking closer to the back line just in case they get jumped.
Yeah, RD's just kind of dancing around this mid lane, though. Don't really want to come in onto anything.
Baron number 4 coming up in a minute.
Oh my god. I didn't even know this Baron existed.
Good poke coming down from D Django. And he does have quite a bit of AP and burn now. That one just barely missing.
Actually, I don't think blue team would want to fight this. All of their characters are at about half HP.
Oh, good shot.
Oh, wow. What a good artillery.
That's a good shot.
That's such a good shot.
Okay, here comes the fight. Yep. Here we go.
There they go.
This could be the set-defining fight right here. Here comes the jump from DIT, and Soulstar does not have a GA. Kog'Maw getting shut down. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby Jesus.
GG. GG.
Yeah, there it goes. Caitlyn.
All the carries are dead for the red team. And again, with the full item slots, there's barely any room for pink wards. So the Eve flanks are free.
No way, man. Nautilus is going for it. Backdoor. You got this, Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus ain't gonna do nothing to this base.
No, Nautilus, you got this.
So I'm not really sure if I could say throw complete because both teams threw back and forth. It was basically even the whole way.
I don't think any team had an actual advantage.
Yeah, if anything, I would say that Caitlyn made it harder than it should have been with her all the time she got caught out, but she lived in the last fight, and that's all that mattered, and that will be Game 2 going to YPBoys, 70-plus minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Cow.
This game was so long.
We're going to Game